Dwayne, with this key, I pass on all the knowledge I have gathered since I've been president of the Toy Fair.
Thank you very much. Good evening and welcome. I am going to start working with an analogy that may seem way out there, but please bear with me. Time is a very interesting thing. Time is one of our most brutal judges. Time determines what exists and what is dissolved on its perpetual watch. Okay, that is a bit abstract. I know, but what I am getting at is we are not just collectors of things we happen to call toys. We are guardians. We guard against the many of the impacts of time. We battle physical decay, cultural apathy, and at times cultural animosity. Because time has operatives. Today, cultural heritages on many fronts are being threatened both directly and indirectly by some who either find fault with that heritage or believe that modernity supersedes the value of historical evidences. But on the other hand, there are notable victories that can be credited to those who have vigorously fought to preserve the past. You may have noticed recently that vintage cars and vintage cameras and lenses are now more valuable than ever, and that many new construction projects are saturated with Art Deco influences. These victories do not just happen. They are often the result of tireless preservationists who are passionate about what came before and see not only the value, but also the genius that went into their development. And they saw it was worth preserving so that others could learn from it and appreciate it as well. In a phrase, paying the past forward. I see toys as just a part of the cultural whole. A sliver, but an important sliver nonetheless. We can only literally do so much. Some people and groups fight to preserve architecture or cars or audio recordings or movies. And while, like us, they undoubtedly find a great enjoyment in doing so, they also see the seriousness of what could be called a mission to protect them from the impacts of the passage of time. Fads come and go. Styles and tastes change. And many change agents make changes for the sake of change and to destroy and bury what they unilaterally believe to be old-fashioned or out of date, often to further their own particular agenda. But it is people like us who stand up and say, no, we see value here that needs to be preserved for more than just ourselves. In 1966, Bill Harris said no to the erasure of heritage toys when he founded the Toy Train Operating Society. After being kicked out of the Toy Train Operating Society, he went to found the International Toy Buffs Association, which by 1974 had grown to be nationwide. Then, oops, after being kicked out of that, Bill founded the Toy Tinkers. That name was a play on the words of Tinker Toy. Tinker Toy is a wooden construction set for children invented in 1914 and is now owned by Hasbro, which they might consider relaunching since many of their current toys, such as Star Wars, Avengers, and My Little Pony, are not really selling so well, and it resulted in them laying off 1,100 workers just a week or so ago. Anyway, the Toy Tinkers eventually evolved into today's Southern California Toy Collectors. And most recently, the presidency of the Southern California Toy Collectors under the leadership of Don Kelligren has lasted a hearty 18 years. And now those well-worn and sizable shoes are today being passed on to a new president and a new tenure. It is an honor and a privilege I am happy and humbled to accept. I respect the challenge we all face and cherish the passion we all bring to this mission of protecting our piece of cultural heritage. Thank you for your trust. I am sincerely honored to serve as the newest president of the Southern California Toy Collectors. Thank you.